I'm your girl, you're my girl, you're your girls, don't you know you? Take a good look at yourself. You got you going to hell. We never. Hey from Michigan. Hey Queen E. Hey Jay Woodson. How's it going? Good morning, Crystal. Good morning. Hey from New Orleans. Hey. Cheers. Child, it's 6 o'clock somewhere, honey. What y'all doing? Yes. Y'all know I don't be going live no more, chat. But I'm going to start going live on here more often. Hey, Kenya. Dragodon, Stars, Drell, Phoenix. What's going on? You wanted to get in touch with me about my barbecue sauce? What's up? Also, I'm not asking this question because I want anybody to send me anything, but because this is my brand new page and I've just recently got approved, I want to make sure that it's working. Do you guys see the option on your end to send super chats? I just want to make sure that it's actually working because I can't see it on my end. I wanted to get in touch with you about your barbecue sauce. I can't buy commercial anymore. Well, I mean, yes. Okay, great. I'm glad to see. Okay, thank you guys. Have you tried out my recipe? I mean, do you like it? I don't make it in bulk. Although I need to start doing that. Because y'all know I'm over here canning and preserving stuff. I need to start jarring up my barbecue sauce is what I need to be doing. I need a jar of that and my mumbo sauce. Which, of course, is cultural mosaic. A food tour around the globe. Keeping fingers crossed for your restaurant. Let me tell you something. So many people have asked me about that. And y'all know I'm real. I like to be real. I like to be real transparent. The only way that something like that would ever happen for me in my life is if the algorithm on this particular app starts to do what it's supposed to do. And that's just going to be being real. The thing is, it's like I've been doing YouTube now for almost 7 years. And while on the original Simply Food by TY page, the one that is now called Tobias Young, that page may have over 300,000 views. But if y'all look at my videos, I'm getting less than 2,000 people watching them. So the money that should be coming in for the quality of content that I'm providing is not happening. And so that's the reason why I created this new page that I'm only going to be putting cooking stuff on, because all I can do now is start from zero and hope that I build up. Thank you guys. Hope that I can start from ground zero, build up a new repertoire of people that are solely here for cooking, and have you guys watch those videos when they come out, making sure that you guys are liking them, sharing them. Like for these lives, make sure y'all are tapping the screen right now. There's 28 of y'all. You know, building up all of that discourse shows these companies that, oh, this is someone that we need to push. This is a page that we need to push to people that aren't subscribed to him. And so until I'm able to build that up, it's just not possible, because I'm not taking out loans. I'm not doing none of that. And so that's where we are. I'm doing okay. Well, strangely enough, today is actually quite a mild day. Let me see what the temperature is outside right now. When I went out earlier, it was, yeah, see, today it's only 73 degrees. The highest it's going to get is 74, and it's super, super cloudy. So today is actually probably the coolest it has been in probably about 2 months. I appreciate your content and would like to know, will you make another mac and cheese? Your last one was amazing. I don't know if I'm going to make another version of it, but I am going to be refilming my OG macaroni and cheese video and posting it on here. But I'm waiting until this channel gets fully monetized. So I just crossed over the first threshold. Thank you guys so much. Thank you all. I have to thank you guys for that. Because see, the thing is, like, YouTube is very different from when I first started. When I first started YouTube, pretty much it seemed like any and everybody could be monetized. And it took less than that. Nowadays, that's not the case. So when you start a new channel, you have to have 3,000 watch hours in order for you to be able to have like super chats on your lives or for people to join memberships, which I've just crossed 2 days ago, which is the reason why now I'm able to have super chats available. But in order for my videos to start getting ads on them, which is how I will start to make money from this page, I have to get 4,000. So I'm thinking within the next month or so, that will be taken care of. So like right now, you know, we just crossed that first threshold, which is why, like I said, now I'm able to get super chats and memberships, which I'm not going to do because I don't like that membership thing. I think it's unnecessary. But once we cross that 4,000 watch hours minutes and my page is fully monetized and I'm finally able to start putting ads on, that's when I'm going to repost the macaroni and cheese video. I don't want to risk doing that right now because if I were to post that right now with my page is not being monetized and let's say, oh, it blows up, I've now lost a lot of money. And trust me, I have learned from my mistakes from when I first started. And that's also the reason why I made sure I gave that disclaimer. It was like a few videos ago when I was saying, like, you guys are going to notice a lot of differences in my content for right now, at least, because I'm posting older videos so that I can get that stuff on here as well. But all the new stuff that I've posted, as some of you guys have so kindly mentioned, my editing skills have stepped up, my lighting has changed, my setup in my studio kitchen is completely different. So you're gonna see like versions of me with facial hair because that was filmed like 2 years ago. Or, you know, versions of me where I looked sick as a dog because that was just right after I had lost almost over 130 something pounds, okay? We're going to talk about that in a few minutes. Don't worry. Make sure y'all still tapping that screen, though. If there's 30 of y'all in here, I'm only seeing 10 likes. Tap that screen. Thank y'all. And so you guys are going to see a lot of differences in like some of my old school videos, like especially because the fall is coming up. So I'm about to be posting a lot of my soup series that I did from last year. I'm going to re-upload all those to this page. So yeah. I love your content, especially in the canning series. I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm loving the canning stuff. I'm not going to lie. The canning stuff is a lot of work. I'm not going to lie. It is a lot of work, but the payoff is wonderful. It is fabulous having my own pantry in my home that is filled with things that I have made myself. I'm going to do a full tour of that once I'm done. I still need to do peaches. I still need to do my pasta sauce, and I still need to do beef stew. Those are my 3 things that I still really want to get done. Oh, and I'm going to be doing a watermelon lemonade concentrate. So I have those 4 things that I need to do, and then I'm going to do a full tour. Lord, I almost missed your live. I don't know why I thought you're Tobias Young Pate. Yeah, so, and I can understand that. A lot of people, when they hear the word, when they hear me say, come to Simply Food by TY, they automatically assume that I mean the Tobias Young page because that is what most of you guys know that page to be. But I changed that name to Tobias Young years ago, and I didn't want to get rid of my name, Simply Food by TY, because, well, I own that name, and so I thought it only makes sense to rename this page that. So that's the reason why, like, every now and then I try to come over on the Tobias Young page and remind you guys, hey, I'm still posting stuff all the time. Come over here, because I know some people are kind of like, you know, whatever the case may be. I have top fans. I don't know what that means, but Valerie, thank you. It says that you're number one. I don't know what you've done, but thank you, Lord. The canning series is really inspiring and helped me getting to my okay? I'm telling you, it is fabulous, darling. Use a digital one. It cuts cooking time by a lot. What do you mean? Use what digital? Thank you, Shay's POV. Would you ever do a meet and greet? Yes. You know, I've had so many people ask me about meet and greets over the years. This is the thing. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I am not a part of the delusional group of content creators that exist out here in the world that believe that I'm so special that people would want to meet me somewhere. So the idea of me posting something online talking about, come do a Simply Food by TY meet and greet, and then I get to some location and only 2 people show up, absolutely not. So I think what I would like to do, and it might take a little time, but I think we can get there, is once we hit 10K on this page, on the new Simply Food by TY, once we hit 10K on this page, I'm going to set up a meet and greet, and then whoever comes, comes. Whether it's 1 or 2 people, we will have a kiki. So I think that will be my celebration. Use a digital one. Oh, pressure cooker. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind the pressure cooker method that I'm using currently. But I am considering getting a digital pressure cooker, especially because a lot of the times I need to do like multiple rounds of canning stuff, and you have to wait until it cools down and then bring it back up to temp and blah, 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 blah. And I don't want to be doing all of that. So I'm definitely considering. There's one that I saw that seems really interesting to me, but I'm waiting until like the Black Friday sale comes along, because also one thing about me, I'm not about to be spending more money than what I got. Okay, ain't nobody got time for that. Pre-sale tickets. No, if I did a meet and greet, I would not be charging people. Absolutely not. I would not be charging people. I absolutely love your content. Thank you for sharing so much knowledge and joy. Thank you so much. Okay, I love a sale, honey. Cheers to a sale. Okay. The only thing I don't like about over here is, child, we can't play no music, chat. You know what I mean? But what else is going on? Make sure y'all tapping that screen. Oh, I see what you're saying. Pre-sale free tickets. Yeah, I probably would. That would be a better way for me to gauge what's going on. Hi, Malika. Is it Malika? Thank you so much. So what everybody got going on? How's everybody been? Oh, I was going to talk about the weight loss. Okay, so as some of you may or may not know if you're new here, in 2021, how can I reach out to you? Email or snail mail? I live in the Midwest. Send an email to simplyfoodbyty@gmail.com. So in regards to the weight loss, so in 2021, I had my gastric bypass, right? Within that year, I lost a little over 100 pounds. And while the surgery was a success, while I would not change a thing, I would not take it back, I would do it all over again, the amount of weight that I lost within that year caused my body to essentially kind of shut down, okay? My body was in a state of shock. I was barely able to walk. I had chronic inflammation running through my body, which I'm still dealing with today. And I had to make, and they were like throwing out words like, oh, you might have cancer, you might have this. Baby, let me tell you something. I was going through it, okay, last year. About 2 years ago, between 2022 into 2023, TY was down bad. And no one would have known because I was still working. I was still doing everything that I needed to do. But it was bad. And so I had to make the decision to kind of cut back on what I was doing that was helping with the weight loss. And so I allowed myself to gain weight back so that I could start to slowly, gradually lose it so that I could get all of this under control. And some people might think that wasn't the best idea. Some people might think, well, now you've wasted all of that time losing all of that weight. I don't believe that is the case. I believe that I know exactly what I'm doing. I believe that I know what is best for me and my body. And to be quite frank, I'm feeling better now with the weight back on. Now, let's be very clear. Prior to my surgery, I was well over 400 pounds. I am nowhere near that. Let's be very clear. But have I put back on a significant amount of weight? Absolutely. By design. So now I'm in a phase where I am slowly about to start losing that weight again, and working out as I'm going along so that I can do it in a way that works for me and my body. So that's the long story short. But if there's one thing y'all should know about me, especially if you have been following me since the day one, y'all know, even at over 400 pounds, there wasn't nothing nobody could tell me about me and my body. Okay? So I've never been one to be like, oh, I'm so ugly, I'm fat. No, it ain't never been that. Because at the end of the day, you either gonna like me or you not. You're gonna mess with me or you're not. You're gonna respect my hustle or you're not. And I especially learned that even when you do lose the weight, all those things that you thought were going to come easy to you, whether it be a partner in life or more opportunities, all that stuff's a bunch of bullshit. Okay? Let me tell you. So for me, it was a great lesson. And now I am able to slowly start to lose the weight. Because, baby, let me tell you something. I was looking at some of my older videos and I did not realize how small and how frail I was looking. And the craziest thing about it is that even at my lowest weight, which was 232 pounds, I think was my lowest weight, I still thought that I looked like a whale. Okay? Thank you. Yes, just do what's best for me. Absolutely. Hi, Eric. Okay? Baby, I was looking at some of my videos and I was like, oh my God. Now, mind you, again, I was out finally going in stores, buying stuff off the rack. And, now don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. I may have looked frail, but my body was snatched. There was one video I was looking at myself the other day when I had on like my shaper. And I was like, oh my God, I did not realize how tiny my waist was at that time. So it's like it had its pros and its cons. And again, I'm not about to sit here and let myself get out of control so much so that like I would have to get like another surgery again. But I'm also not about to put myself in an early grave trying to impress anybody. And I think at that time, I was in a relationship. I was dating someone. I broke up with that person. I've gone through ups and downs with people that I thought were friends that were not friends. And so there was just so much going on. And then I realized, Tobias, to hell with all of these people. You need to focus on your damn self. And so now I am in a phase in my life where I am solely focusing on myself. I am no longer interested in finding a partner. My partner is my reflection. I am focusing on trying to rebuild the brand of Simply Food by TY, i.e. why I started this new page. And now getting into this homesteading life, teaching more people, how to cook things. And also because I find that it is important as a food content creator that you're not just cooking the same shit. Like, there are so many people on here that are claiming themselves to be food content creators, and all they're doing is making the same recipes over and over and over and over and over again. That is one thing about your boy TY. that you cannot clock about me. You are never going to see me on my page just reposting the same recipes over. I am always going to come and bring you something new or a new way to go about doing it. And that's the reason why I'm so excited about, this canning series, because, canning and preserving foods was a thing of the past, but the way things are looking, okay, it looks like it might be a thing of the future. And one thing that is bringing me ease is knowing that should I ever lose electricity, I now know that I have a pantry full of shelf-stable things that I don't have to be concerned about. Should I not be able to go out to the store, or if we get snowed in, or whatever the case may be, I'm teaching myself now at 36 how to prep myself for any and everything. Thank you, B. No, I'm not from Florida. I'm from Maryland. Aw, thanks, Shay. Yes, the vanilla extract. The vanilla extract is like the easiest thing to do, because literally all you're doing is slicing those vanilla beans down the middle, throwing it in the jar, and then covering it up with some Tito's. You know what I mean? And then the next thing you know, you now have 6 months from now, you'll have, and that's the other thing. It's like you can set it to the side. You don't have to can it. You don't have to preserve it. You literally just throw all the stuff in the jars, sit it to the side, and then a year from now, you'll have vanilla extract. And y'all know, like, I'm not even the biggest baker. I have so much vanilla extract that I have made that I probably now have about a lifetime worth. And when I do my full tour of my pantry, you guys will see what I'm talking about. I have so much vanilla extract. It is absolutely insane. I cover vanilla beans with vodka. Yeah, so I have some that I made last year with Tito's that's already done, that I've bottled up, and I've shown you guys the video of that. But once I was done with that, I made some more with just the Tito's, but then I also did a quart-sized jar with bourbon, and then I also did a quart-sized jar with Jack Daniels. What is the shelf life for vanilla extract? It's lifelong. It doesn't expire. As long as you make sure that the vanilla beans are fully covered in whatever alcohol of choice you choose to use, it'll never expire. And the vanilla beans can be reused up to 3 times. Some people just keep reusing them, but they can be reused up to 3 times. I'm about to make the vanilla extract recipe too. Looking forward to it. Yes, do it. And also, if you do it right now, I mean, you wouldn't necessarily be able to use it right now, but if you wanted to give it away as Christmas gifts, if you do it right now, what are we in? August, September, October, November, December. That's about 5 months, yeah, or so. So if you do it right now, you could bottle it up, and then you can give it to someone as a Christmas gift and say, hey, come summertime, you can start to use this. Want to see you do a mean lasagna. I will be doing, I didn't do it last year because I'm going to be doing it this year, so I got that on the list. I've never made it with tequila, no. Thank you guys for the likes. Oh, okay, work. Lilu's fine. Y'all want to see her? Come here. Come here. Come up here. Can y'all see her? There she is. Lilu, the people are asking about you. Look over here. Hello. Don't be. Hello. Don't kiss me. You know we don't do that. She's fine, child. She's spoiled as hell. All right, go play with your toys, child. Little badass. She fine, honey. Go get your ball. Get your toys. Thank you. Yes, old badass Lulu. She's a handful. Y'all got any questions for me? I will be doing a new beehive. So I only skipped this year because I really wanted to focus on my landscaping around my house so that I could really like build up more flowers and all of that type of stuff so that, you know, the bees have somewhere to go to gather food and pollen. So yeah, next spring I will be doing it. And to be quite frank, the other reason why I didn't do it this year is because I was in Colorado. I was doing a show in Colorado during the spring. So the time in which I would have gotten my new bees, I was already gone, and I did not want to bring them here and not have everything set up. Like, I need to repaint the hive. I need to clean it up. I need to finish all of the landscaping around that area. There's a lot of things I learned from the first year. So there's a lot of stuff that I'm going to be doing this fall, prepping for next spring. So yeah, I'll have them back next year. Is this straight? I don't like that this is crooked. Child, it's fine. This lighting is also horrendous. What wine? This is just like a classic white wine. Nothing. I don't do sweet wines. I subscribed to this like wine. No, I wasn't subscribed. I got like a free, I don't know what it was. Anyway, a company sent me like 12 different types of wine. And so I'm trying to work through the white wines now because it's summertime. So during the summertime, I love Sauvignon Blanc. That's my favorite type of white wine. And then during the fall, I switch over to reds. I don't drink red wines during the summertime. So this is kind of more along the lines of like a dry wine. I do not drink Pinot Grigio. I also really don't like Chardonnay either. I'm a Sauvignon Blanc gal. Thank you. I feel like it looks terrible. It's too yellowy. And I would have brought my ring light down, but it makes this weird ringing sound. I'm about to be doing a whole new setup because your boy is considering doing a podcast. Stay tuned for that. I have only dual full piece of wheat and which is here barbecue sauce. Versus the happy smoked and period. Yes. I'm going to be doing, and that's the other thing. Y'all know I got my pizza oven. I'm going to be doing some more pizzas this fall. I like to wait until fall before I do my stuff out on my pizza oven, primarily because I like to wait until the temperatures are dropped because I don't like to be out there dealing with food when there's a bunch of damn bugs. So I like to wait until the temperature has dropped and the mosquitoes and every other type of bug that exists has kind of gone on about its business so that I can cook in peace. But yeah, I'll be doing a lot more recipes out on the pizza oven this year. Thanks. Yeah, that is the goal. Me and one of my friends. What particular Sauvignon Blanc brand would you... I love... If you're looking for something just like regular and not too expensive, Kendall Jackson is a good brand. I wanted to learn how to garden. I'm thinking about planting my own veggies. I just don't know where to start. Super simple. Do what I did because I didn't know nothing about planting when I did either. And 2 years ago, I did a veggie garden and I had a bunch of different pepper plants and I had cucumbers and I think tomatoes. First things first, get grow bags. Excuse me. Do not invest in raised garden beds. Don't invest a whole bunch of money and none of that. Go online, get yourself grow bags first, and then start off with like cucumbers and tomatoes. And honestly, also peppers. Really easy, like jalapenos, you know, stuff like that. You can watch videos on it. I actually have some videos. You know what? Thank you for reminding me about that. I I should post that on. I might post my planting videos on here. I did it a few years ago, but the information is still valid. That's where I would start. Next year, I plan on doing a much bigger garden because I want to be able to cut cost of purchasing tomatoes and things like that to make pasta sauce when I want to can things. So I'm going to be doing a lot more stuff next year, but it's not as hard as you think. It really isn't. You know, it really is not that hard. Just get yourself some grow bags, look online, try to get organic soil, and just go from there. I did all pretty much everything y'all be seeing me doing here. All of these canning videos that I be doing, I was just talking to one of my friends the other day. He was like, you've been talking in these videos like you've been canning all your life. Child, no. I just do a lot of, that's the thing that y'all may or may not know about me. Before I venture into like any new thing, I do research for months. Months. Because I don't want to bring y'all misinformation, and I don't want to be setting y'all up to fail, because I understand that, first of all, food is too expensive to be out here playing around with it, and the materials are also not necessarily cheap. Now, this is the thing about canning that I will say. You know, a lot of people have this mindset that, oh, people who can food are canning food because they broke or because they are out here preparing for the apocalypse and blah, 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 blah. That is not the case. That's just not the case. I'm going to see those videos. This project and research can go honestly listening to you. I like the direction since you're passing my measure. Please put the guided videos here. Okay. Yeah, that's just not the case. You know, people who are canning and preserving their own foods are actually people that are out here sitting on a lot of money. And I'm going to tell you why. Most people that you see canning and preserving their own foods, 9 times out of 10, are also growing their own vegetables. So the only reason why it's slightly more expensive for me is because everything that you guys have seen me prepare this year, I had to go out and outsource that material. I had to go buy it. Most people that are canning stuff, they are growing their own tomatoes. They are growing their own peppers, cucumbers, onions, garlic, carrots, asparagus, squash, zucchini, all of their fruits. They're growing all of that stuff. So the only thing they're paying for are the seeds. And seeds cost less than like $2. See what I'm saying? So those people are not fools, y'all. And there's also this mindset of, well, I can't believe that you would eat meat from a can, and how does it seem safe? Let me tell you something. If you go into a grocery store and you buy anything off a shelf that's in an aluminum tin can, and you can't even see inside of the can, but you have just made up in your mind that, oh, the FDA is, we should believe everything that they say, so it's safe for me to buy this product, your mind is a little bit warped. I'm not gonna lie. And that's no tea, no shade. That's no tea, no shade. I'm just trying to be real about it. Because these are things that I used to think until I started preserving my own food and realized how foolish I was for thinking that way. Because, for instance, a lot of people are like, why would you can meat? That just don't look safe. How many of y'all have ever gone to the grocery store and bought a can of soup? Chicken noodle soup, beef soups, or clam chowder, or any of that stuff. So many people go to the stores and buy these things that are in these aluminum tins, and you have no idea how long it's been in there. You have no idea what the real ingredients are. You have no idea where it was made or who it was made by. You're assuming that the food that was put into those tin cans were handled by people that have some sort of decent home training and weren't scratching their scalp before touching your food. You see what I'm saying? There are just so many elements of the unknown that we kind of just ignore because we've been raised to believe that shopping at the grocery store is the safest way to have food in our homes. And that's just simply not the case. There is a reason why people who are Amish live very long lives. Them people that are part of, what is it called, Mennonite communities, there's a reason why them people are as healthy as they are. And another thing that a lot of people freak out about is when they see how much sugar goes into these things. Let me just put something into perspective for you really quick. Let me take a quick sip. When people see me making jams and jellies and you see how much sugar I'm putting into those, I want you to take something into account. The next time you go to the grocery store, okay, I want you to look on the back of that jar of that jam or jelly that you're purchasing. And I want you to see how much sugar is in that one jar. For 9 times out of 10, for one serving, which is typically either a tablespoon or less, and we buy it because we're not seeing how much sugar goes into it, so therefore we're not stressing about it. So a lot of people, when you see people prepare these things at home, you're freaked out about it because you're like, oh my God, you know, he's putting so much sugar into the stuff. You got to understand, while I may be putting in 6 or 7 cups of sugar to make that jam, I'm also making out of that 7 or 8 pints worth. You've got to divide that number up and then think about how much of that you are consuming in one setting. Now, in my defense, I will say, every single thing that you guys have seen me make in my canning series, the only thing that I've actually consumed of any of that is the salsa, and yesterday I made an apple pie. All of that other stuff is just sitting on my shelf because I plan to give it away as Christmas gifts. So you don't have to really be concerned about, oh, Tobias is just over there eating jars and jars of jelly. I'm not, that ain't what's happening over here. But I just wanted to make sure that I mention that because, you know, as you're watching these videos, I want you guys to take into account that what you're watching is somebody preserving food a natural way without adding in chemicals that I can't even pronounce. You know what I'm saying? And so that is something that I want you guys to take into account. And while I have not started canning meats and stuff yet, and I don't know if I'm going to, I haven't decided yet, because I also don't want to be just canning stuff just to be doing it if I know I'm not going to eat it. But eventually I might do tuna, and I will be doing beef stew soon. So that'll be the first thing that will have meat in it. But I just want you guys to think about that. When you're watching me do those videos, I want you to take into account that some people will go to the grocery store and just buy soups off of the counter. You'll buy lunch meat. You'll buy ground beef and hot dogs and all the, this is the, I understand that not all of you guys are going to take the time to be out here making homemade hot dogs. I understand that. But the reason why I'm teaching you guys how to make hot dogs from scratch, how to make your own bacon, how to ground your own ground beef, how to make your own breakfast sausage. I'm teaching you guys how to make that stuff because I want you guys to know the process is not as difficult as it may seem. And once you see how it's prepared and how not difficult it is, you will then realize, and how few ingredients go into it for it to be bomb. Because y'all know I'm not gonna lie to y'all. If I don't like something, I'm gonna tell you. When you guys see how little ingredients go into these things and they're still fantastic, you will be in shock and almost disgusted when you then go back to the grocery store and look at the back of something and be like, why is all of this extra stuff in this? And so that's the reason why I've been doing this. That's the reason why I've been making my own hot dogs, making my own bacon, making my own breakfast sausage, making my own jams, preserving my own foods. Because while I'm now on this journey of also starting to lose weight again, I want to make sure that I am feeding myself things that I know exactly what went into it. Because with the amount of diseases and sickness and all this stuff, I feel like it all, not all, but like a large majority of it has to do with the foods that we're putting into our bodies. Can I get an amen? Huh? And so it's like, why not take the time? And I understand, like, some of y'all got kids, y'all got husbands, y'all got jobs. Everybody ain't got time to be out here canning and preserving stuff. I understand that. But I'm going to tell you something. Once you take the time to learn how to do it and realize that it's not really that difficult, it can be time consuming, but it's not difficult. That's the difference. It's not difficult, but it is time consuming. Once you learn how to do it, it's a breeze. It's a breeze. Yes. Raise your own meats. Yes. Come on, Martha. Honey, I'm not the new Martha Stewart because I ain't going to jail. I'm the Tobias Young. Huh? Yeah. Okay? Don't even get me started on that, Shays. Okay? Because, honey, every time we turn around, they talking about, oh, this person then lost their eye because they ate a piece of bread from this place. Or, oh, you can't eat a burger from here because they got a piece of metal in it. I'm just like, what is going on? You know what I mean? Yes. Thank y'all. Make sure y'all tapping that screen. I really want to know what this top... Okay. Does the top fans means that somebody is donating something? Because if so, I need to make sure that I'm saying thank you. Because I don't know what that means. Because all it is showing me is top fans and it's showing crowns around people's names. And I just need to know what that means. Are y'all donating something and I just don't see it? Because I'm not trying to be out here being rude. Oh, comment ratings. Oh, I didn't know that was the thing. See, YouTube has changed a lot. Okay, work. Thank you. I want to bake a no-knead bread. Yes. Well, y'all know I got a bread maker, honey. Let me tell you something. Look, I love fresh bread, but I'm not about to be out here kneading bread and doing all that. I got me a bread maker, honey. Got it. Thank you. Thank you. Ooh. I'm not messy. Why somebody just comment on one of my TikTok videos and said, you should do a cooking video with Miss Netta. With Miss who? And I know you lying. Child. Okay. That ain't gonna work. Mm-mm. 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 Can you make some bread and butter pickles? Yes, I sure can. That's not going to work. It is absolutely not going to work, and it will never happen. Let's be very clear. Miss Who, we're still talking. Not over here. We not. Absolutely not. Love the preserving series. Is there anything you think you will continue to just buy the highest quality possible, rather than making it home? Let's see. Realistically, I'm trying to think. What is something that I have made? Honestly, I don't know. I would say the thing that took the most work would have been the hot dogs. But because I don't eat them that often, if I just like take the time to do it that one day, I'll have enough for a whole year. And the only real reason why I don't even have that many left now is because I gave so many of them away. So no, I don't think so. I think so far, everything that I have done, this is what I will say. The easiest answer is I will never buy another jelly or jam from a grocery store ever again. Those days are done. Now that I know how to make my own grape jelly and every other type of jam you can possibly think of, I will never buy a jelly or jam from a grocery store again. And to be quite frank, if my smoker wasn't broken at the moment, I probably would say that I would never buy bacon ever again, if I'm being honest. Brioche bread, I will add that to my list. Oh my God, that bacon was so good. And the craziest thing is I'm so mad because you guys are never going to see the video. I was actually about to make a second batch of bacon. I had went to the Asian market and bought some slabs of pork belly so that I could make a new batch. And as soon as I came home from Colorado, that was the first thing that I actually went to film. Went through the whole process, seasoned it up, allowed it to brine, literally went through all the steps. Went outside to go turn on my smoker, found out my smoker don't even work no more. I was pissed. Okay? I was hot. So I need to figure out what's going on with that vertical smoker. Yeah, I was not happy about that. That actually threw me off because there was a lot of stuff that I wanted to do in that smoker this year that threw me off. So yeah. Thank you for being honest. Of course. Is making jam jelly a good thing to try out for a beginner? Absolutely. Making jams and jelly is literally the thing that most people say you should do for the first time. And if you follow my instructions, the thing is like you have to pay attention to the steps. So like for instance, when you're making jellies and jams, you gotta know that you have to be precise. Making jellies and jams is not one of those type of things where you can just go in and freehand stuff. If it calls for 7 cups of sugar, you need to make sure you're putting 7 cups of sugar to the T. Don't use 6, don't use 8. If it says add in all of the ingredients and allow it to boil for exactly 1 minute at a rolling boil, you can't allow it to boil at a simmer. It needs to be at a... So it's like, it's so easy to do, but you just have got to make sure that you're doing it exactly as you're told. And once you get the hang of it, child, you'll be banging out jellies and jams left and right. And that's the reason why, if you guys notice, my strawberry jelly that I did turned out great. A little bit on the looser side, and that was because it was my first time. Versus my blueberry jelly, my blueberry jam, pepper jelly, the grape jelly, the guava jelly. If you see those are damn near perfect. And it's because I learned, oh, you really do have to do it exactly as they say. And once I caught on to that, child, I can make any type of jelly or jam there is. Turkey bacon, yes. That's what I'm saying. That smoker is not even that. Oh, and I also don't even use it that. So I think what happened was, I think water somehow got into it and it caused the pellets to swell. And so when the pellets swell, it stopped the thing from rotating. And so that's what's going on. And for some reason, it's not as simple as you would think it is to like clean that out. And so it is a process. So I'm actually going to be waiting until the fall on a day when it's cool outside. Because when I got back here, the day that I went to go cook, it was scorching hot. I was just so pissed off. So I'm gonna try it again and try to do another deep clean on it, but I'm waiting until the temperature cools because it's too hot to be playing around with that right now. What started your love affair with all things food? I started cooking at a very, very young age. When I was in like high school, middle school, hell, even elementary school, the only class that I looked forward to going to was home ec. And it's because I'm a Cancer. I love seeing people's reactions of eating something that I've provided them. And I love knowing that what I have provided is giving someone some sense of nourishment. And so that's kind of how it all began. Do you have a canner or can you just use a large pot? Great question. So when you're water bath canning, any pot works. As long as you can put 2 inches of water above the jar and be able to put a lid on it and it not spill over, Anything will work. The only thing that you have to be specific about is if you're using a pressure canner. But to water bath can, you can literally use anything that you already have. I will be doing apple butter. I sure will be. Thank you, Candace. The name of my bread maker is, let me see. Hold on. Let me see. What is it called? It's the same brand as my rice cooker. It is my literal. It is like the Rolls Royce of products. It's not necessarily the cheapest, but it is like no other. Okay, so, and also, if you click the link in my description box, which it should be there, and if it's not, I'm going to look into that. But I have it listed on my Amazon storefront. But this is, I don't know, you guys might not even be able to see this. Yeah, it's going to be backwards. But it's spelled Zojirushi. Zorozushi. That's the brand. That's the brand that I use for my rice cooker and for my bread maker. It is chef's kiss. The guava jelly, baby. When I tell you I cannot wait until the holidays, I'm going to be making so much stuff with that. Yo, TikTok video for tagging and viral. What you mean? Is making preserves similar process as making jellies? Yeah, jelly, it's just the different names. And the only difference, a lot of people ask, like, what's the difference between jelly and jam? So jelly is only the fruit juice, plain and simple. Jams include the skins of the fruit. That's all that it is. But preserving them is all the same. That's the reason why the guava is considered guava jelly, because I only used the juice. I did not use the skins. Oh, yeah, I know, right? I need to I don't know if I'm going to be reaching out to Pit Boss anymore, though. I'm kind of done with them. I would like to move over to a Traeger or Weber or something like that. But to be quite frank, I might honestly just buy it myself. Water canning versus pressure canning, are they food specific? Example, you can't pressure can grape jelly. You have to water can, or can you use either process on anything? Yeah, I can talk about that. So I'm going to be doing a video specifically on that, but I can touch on it now. So, long story short, you have to pressure can anything that is considered a low acidic food. So, anything that has meat in it, if it's sauce related or just the meat itself, you've got to pressure can it. Let me see, what else would need to be pressure canned? Any type of vegetables has to be pressure canned. Corn, string beans, things like that has to be pressure canned. Things like fruit, most fruit naturally have high acidity levels. Tomato sauce, high acidity levels. All of those things can all be water bathed, and that is because only in a pressure canner can the temperature of the water reach 240 degrees because of the pressure. Water just in a regular canner cannot reach that level of temperature, so it has to build up enough pressure to allow that water to get up to 240 degrees. So yeah, so there's certain foods that have to be pressure canned, some foods that have to be water bathed, but also you guys should understand, and I'm going to make sure that I talk about it in the video that I'm going to do, is that the Amish, they don't pressure can anything. There is a world where you have Rebel canners versus those that go the FDA approved way. Rebel canners are those that water bath can everything. And to be quite frank, for centuries, Water bath canning was the only thing that people did. They water bath canned meats, they water bath canned vegetables, they water bath canned fruits. You just had to do it for an extended amount of time. For instance, there are people that water bath can green beans, which I think I did. I think that was the first thing that I water bath canned that technically should have been pressure canned. But the reason why they did water bath canning is they would do it for 3 hours. And it's so that it could kill off any risk of potential botulism. Botulism is the thing that everybody stresses out when it comes to canning, because that is a bacteria that can grow from not enough acid within the food. Do you like Trader Joe's or Whole Foods? I love Trader Joe's. I love both of them, but I shop at Trader Joe's way more often. Sing us a song. Honey, somebody gonna have to donate some money for me to be singing now. Now, wait a minute now. Okay, people pay me lots of money to be singing. I'm gonna have to see some donations coming through for me to be singing, chat. Love learning this. All of your knowledge is fantastic. Thank you. I'm following a few homesteading channels that do canning, gardening, and preserving, and the like. But one question I have is preserving ready-made meals like chicken and noodles. Yeah. So, for instance, doing chicken noodle soup, because it has meat in it, you would have to pressure can that. And I think I mentioned this in one of my videos before. While I appreciate the world of rebel canning, and there's some aspects of rebel canning that I still think make sense, I want to make sure that I am teaching you guys the proper way to do it, because if you don't start off by learning the FDA approved way of doing things, you could get someone really sick. And so I would rather just teach y'all how to do it the proper way first. And then if you decide that you want to go about it the rebel canning way, by all means, you know what I mean? But for like chicken noodle soup, you would essentially put every single thing in the can except for the noodles. You would put the noodles in when you're ready to make the soup fresh. Are there certain things that can only be preserved through pressure canning versus water bath? Yes, meats. Anything that has meats. You do not want to water bath can anything that has meat in it. You're welcome, Laura. Oh my God, I've been on live for an hour. I can't think of the last time that I've been on live for this long. Thank you guys for the likes. Oh God, I wish. How did I become this knowledgeable? Honey, I study. I watch a lot of videos. I watch a lot of people's information, but then I do my own actual research online as well. Yeah, before I got into this canning stuff, I have probably been studying up on this for about the last year and a half. Yeah, I don't jump into any of this stuff just recklessly. I like to know what I'm doing. Would I preserve food for my dog? Hell nah. I ain't doing all that. Thank you for all your work studying and sharing your knowledge. Oh, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Miss Mocha. What's the next Haitian dish? Probably the pickles. That's the only one that I haven't posted yet. Yes, I have a lot of seafood recipe videos. They'll all be posted. Whoo, child! I need to let me chug this. I just saw something that just shifted my mood. Tobias, take a deep breath. 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 I'm back. Do you have a favorite type of food to cook? I love anything seafood related. And I don't know why, but your aloe vera tasting... that aloe vera was a hot mess. A hot mess. Oh, I love a cutwater, honey. I did a whole video on cutwaters. Them things will get you turned up, child. Okay? Tobias, take a damn deep breath. Woo! Tobias, take... Let me tell y'all something about a Cancer. Let me tell y'all something about a Cancer. We are some of the most loving people on the planet, okay? But you should know, a Cancer's mood can switch within a split second. And our love can turn into rage within a millisecond. But I'm going to choose peace over chaos. I'm going to choose peace over chaos. Because what I want to do is set this whole bitch on fire. Woo! I'm back. We're not moody. Okay. We're not moody. We just express how we feel intensely. And whatever that might be in the moment is what it's going to be. Oh, child, I'm fine. I'm fine. You know, just... Unfortunately, my life has been filled with being around a bunch of fake-ass people that like to be good friends that are not actual friends. But we are living and we are learning. And we are starting to accept people's actions and accept that their actions are showing who they truly are. And we are starting to not make excuses for why they do what they do. And yeah, that's how I would like to answer that. That's what we're doing. We are starting to learn how to accept people's actions, and yeah. Because people don't realize that, you know, because Cancers give their all And because we pour people, that's the thing that people don't realize about cancers, and that's the reason why people think that cancers are moody. People don't realize that because cancers are willing to literally give their last and do any and everything for a person, when you try to play in our face, you are playing a dangerous game. Oh, you are playing a dangerous game playing with a cancer, because our ability, my God, our ability to cut someone off is dangerous. We will act as if you literally are not only dead and gone, we will act as if you are dead, gone, and your bones are not brittle, but they are now ash. Huh? So it is a dangerous game to play with a cancer. Because while you think that what you were doing was innocent, and something that can be made up with an apology, we have already had a mental funeral. Mm-hmm. You know what? Let's have a moment of silence for the bitches, the niggas, for the bums in our lives that tried to play with us. Moment of silence. Yeah, that's all they get. And now we moved on. It really is just that. I promise you, on everything I know and love, you've got to be a little bit more careful playing with a cancer. Because the way we will cut you off, you will never share a space with when I promise you, even on this very earth, you will never breathe the same air that I breathe. Yeah, you got to be a little bit R.I.P., huh? You've got to be a little bit smarter. Got to be. Yeah. Oh, I'm in a stage of mourning right now. Oh, because I'm grieving. Grieving the loss. Grieving the loss of a bum. Grieving the loss of a fake-ass friend, huh? Oh, yeah. But by the time my clock hits 109, that grievance will be said and done. I give myself a couple more seconds, and I can feel it in my shondo that I'm not going to care no more. I can feel it shifting in my body. Oh, boy. And how unfortunate. Because by the time I hit 109, I'm not going to care. Oh, and there it is. All right, so what y'all talking about? They're lost. Who's lost? Who y'all talking about? Who y'all talking about? I done forgot what we were talking about. What else we talking about? Thank you. Ooh, that's a good question. You know, strangely enough, I have not actually gotten blue crab. See, the thing is that, like, a lot of my family, we have a lot of property where we have boats and stuff in our own crab pots. So I don't really buy crabs that often. That is the one perk I will say that I do have. Yeah, so I don't really buy crabs that often. You think I ought to go live more often? I think I will go live more often. I do want to. I, honest to God, I don't know if I've ever been on a live this long before. Even on my OG channel, I don't know if I've ever been live for this long. I really don't. My goal, so as I like navigate through the lives and all that type of stuff, I'm trying to make sure that like I'm setting up a goal. My goal is that each live that I do, I want to make sure that I'm making, because let's also, again, I like to be transparent. Each live that I do, I want to make sure that I'm making at least minimum $100 each live. And because, let me be very clear about this. The reason why I say that is because you all should have a clear understanding that the money that you're investing into me is directly investing right back into the brand of Simply Food by TY. Because I am not a content creator that is just vlogging my life, the content that I provide costs money. So in order for me to bring recipes, buy all of the ingredients, purchase all of the material, purchase all of the the pots and the pans and all the things, I don't use cheap shit. I don't use cheap ingredients. I use the best of the best. It all comes at a cost. And so my goal is that as I continue to go live and once my channel finally gets fully monetized, my goal is that each live that I do, I want to hopefully make $100 minimum each live. That's the goal. Because again, all of that money literally is going to, if we want to be real, even at $100 minimum, that is only going to cover 2%. And that's even pushing it. Of what I spend. If only you guys knew. If only you all knew how much money I spend per month to create the videos that I create for. If only. Woo. If only you all knew. Have you been craving anything in particular today, food-wise? No, not really. I haven't had any cravings today. No. Good question, though. Now that you said that, I'm probably going to start, like, thinking in the back of my mind, what am I, like, wanting? Any collabs? Who is Nikki Starr? I've never even heard of that name before. I'm always open to doing collabs. Sure. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the room. Make sure you're tapping as you come on in, honey. Lilu, how's it going, boo? What you doing? Come here. You being a good girl? Hmm? You being a good girl? I'm on here talking to my friends, child. I'm gonna take you outside once I'm done. Have I done a video on bread pudding? I'm pretty sure that I have. I think it's on my OG channel, Tobias Young. I'll probably do a new one soon. I'm almost certain that I have, though. Thank you. Lilu, they say you're pretty. She knows. She's so dramatic. I don't have my bees this year. I skipped this year. I'm doing it next year. But I do think I'm going to get off of here when this says 80 minutes. I'm going to get off of here. So we got about 5 minutes left. Hey, how's it going? Love you back. Thanks for joining in today. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Gwen. And thank you all for all of your likes on the video. If you're staying for 80, you might as well make it 90. You didn't miss the whole live, honey. You can rewatch it back. Favorite vegetable to grow in my garden? I do love growing peppers because it's just really exciting to be able to grow peppers. Especially like right now I'm growing Scotch bonnets. Can bread pudding be canned? I mean, I guess so. I mean, technically speaking, anything can be canned. But I've never done it. But I'm assuming so. Yes, Antarctica. Nothing is being planned as of right now. But we shall see. Do you have a good tomato pie recipe? I don't. Tomato pie is a little bit too country for me, honey. It's a little bit too southern. I don't eat that. Hot tomatoes, unless is pasta sauce, is just not for me. Child, that is country. Bye, Shays. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Yes, I will be doing a video on chili. I will be. I'm going to just essentially make my chili and then can it up. But yes. Come on, hot water cornbread. Dessert, canning dessert. I mean, I've done apple pie filling, and I might still do blueberry pie filling. But that's probably about the extent of desserts that I'll do. Because I'm not a big sweets person. So I definitely don't want to, like, you know, do too many. Banana cream pie. I'll add that to my list for this holiday season. I will be doing some more cocktails. It's actually funny that you asked that. That's all a part of my like upcoming holiday season list. And all of those ones that I posted on Instagram, I'm going to be posting on here very soon. One minute left. Any other last second questions? You got less than a minute. If not, I'm going to start saying my goodbyes. Thank you all so much for tuning in today. I appreciate you all. Welcome once again to the new Simply Food by TY page. Make sure that you guys are always checking out the page, even if you guys are not being sent notifications. Always make sure you're checking the page because, especially like right now, I'm posting almost every single day at 8 a.m. So even if you're not getting notified, I am more than likely posting a video. All right. I will talk to you guys later. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. And I guess I'll end this the way I used to. As always, y'all babies stay cute and take care. Bye, guys.